What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back in the studio, back doing match day content. Football is back. Tottenham against Manchester United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium Friday night. Sim, how excited are you for this one?
Honestly, I can't wait for football to be back. I've been, the La Liga and Bundesliga whetting my appetite there. Now I'm just desperate to get it all in, a feast of football. I can't wait.
100%.
World Cup of Premier League football is going to be fantastic.
To be honest, are we still going to be feeling this way 10 minutes into the game?
No, probably 5 minutes in, we're not going to be feeling this way. I'm feeling this way now until we get our Spurs back. But I can't wait. I think I'm more excited now than the whole of the season before.
It feels like a new season.
It really does, and it feels like there's a 9-game shootout for Champions League football. I think Spurs are really in a so much better position than they were when we went into lockdown. And I think I know obviously the COVID, the pandemic's been awful for a lot of people, but the only positive has been good for Spurs probably, and it's probably been a good thing for the squad. And I think we actually probably have a right to feel a bit excited about the season. Finally, we got a near fully fit squad.
Yeah,
and we got players who should be chomping at the bit to be fighting for this Champions League spot. I'm excited. I am.
Yeah, you say fully fit squad, but the injuries have started already.
Yeah, of course they have.
Japhet Tanganga's out with a stress fracture in his back. Remains to be seen about Giovanni Lo Celso.
There's a few murmurs about him.
Yeah, there's a few rumours. I think Alistair Gold yesterday said, Football.London, he said that the rest of the squad, well, Lo Celso's still doing like pre-season training when the rest of the squad have kind of moved on from that. So it's not... We don't know if Lo Celso's going to play or not. Is there anything else? I think there was murmurs.
Suspended.
Oh, Dele suspended as well. There were murmurs as well about Heung-min Son, but I think that was just rubbish, to be honest.
Well, he had a brace on his knee on some of the training pictures, but I think at the moment, no, it looks like Son's going to be playing. He should be fit. He was in the military camp, wasn't he?
He should be the most fit out of them all.
Exactly, for 3 weeks or a month, was he? So
top of his class in shooting.
Enough, don't expect any sharpshooter.
Exactly. It's no coincidence you haven't seen Kim Jong-un since. But no. How are you feeling about the game? Are you confident?
I'm not confident that we're going to win, because I think United first of all were in very good form before the lockdown. I thought they were really coming to their own. I think Bruno Fernandes has really given them a spark that they needed.
But when you say that before that this break couldn't have come at a better time for Spurs, it probably couldn't have come at a worse time for Man United.
They're really building up ahead of steam. They were playing really well all the time. They're winning games. And I thought, as I said, Bruno was really gave them a spark that they needed. And they seemed to find a formula that worked. And before the lockdown, we were saying United always they performed in the big games. Beat Man City twice. They beat Chelsea a couple of times. They beat us. They drew to Liverpool. So they know how to play in these big games. But it was in the smaller games that they have trouble. But then they started winning the smaller games. Like they beat Brighton 3-0. They beat Watford comfortably.
It all coincided with Bruno coming in. It seemed like he was like that missing piece of the puzzle. You know what I mean?
So it seemed like, oh God, maybe they're actually it's going to start clicking for them. But then the lockdown came, and we don't know what's going to happen now. But I think it's good for us that the squad back, and I think I'm confident that we can give them a real good game, and we have tools to hurt them going forward. I just worry about them on the counter against our defence. I really think that pace frightens me. And I think that they're a good quality team. Maybe we'll be smart. Maybe Jose's going to be smart and he's going to fill the centre. He's going to sit back a bit and he's not going to go full pelt. But Jose also knows we need to win this game. He can't afford to let this game pass him by and only look for a draw. We need to win. So it's going to be a difficult balancing act. But
6 points are proper.
It really is. We need to get 3 points in this game. So it's going to be a difficult one, but I'm honestly, I think United are probably going to be confident. I can't see, it's going to be very difficult to win this game. I really believe that.
And as well, like if this game was played earlier on in the season, home advantage could have really helped us. But now, do you reckon it's wiped out home advantage? There's no fans?
Well, at the moment, you've seen in the other leagues that home advantage doesn't seem to be having any sort of effect at the moment. You're seeing very few home wins.
Apparently away wins have gone up by like 30% or something.
Looks like it. And it's actually quite an interesting test case. Like, we're good to do a study in this time period to see on the home and away, because it really shows how much home advantage could really make a difference. But I think Spurs, apparently their room, they're going to have like a big Zoom call on the big screen, and so the players can see the fans watching the game. That'll be quite interesting. But I don't think home advantage is going to make too much of a difference, to be honest. No. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I mean,
Well, to be honest, at the new stadium, we haven't really had home advantage.
yeah,
yet,
exactly. It
yet.
hasn't been too much of a difference, but I would like to see. I'm just intrigued to see how we're going to set up, especially if well, obviously without Delhi, if Lascelles is also injured. I'd like to see how. I'm very interested to see how we're going to set up. But I think going forward we have enough to hurt United, but I just worry.
But you got to look at their defence as well. Their defence ain't great themselves.
It could be got at.
I
sure.
think that in a normal game, this could be a high-scoring game. But I think with the teams coming back and, nobody knows how good the fitness levels are. We saw that Paul Pogba went off quite early in the second half and they're friendly with fatigue. I think that it's going to take a while for the teams to find their rhythm. And maybe this game might come too soon for the guys. And I think that Man U and Tottenham might struggle to get their rhythm. So I think we might see a low-scoring game, maybe a 0-0 draw or 1-1 draw, something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like that.
I think it could very well be that. Both teams are going to try and come and bring their A game, but I just don't think it's going to be possible for that to happen. I think when you look at the Bundesliga, when you look at the Italian games, I think the Bundesliga especially, I think the first few weeks there were a lot of low-scoring games. In the Italian, the Coppa Italia came back in the first two games, very low-scoring games. Spain as well haven't been that many goals, so I think that it's going to be a similar trend in the Premier League. I
just love it if the Premier League just comes back and it's rip roaring, just straight into like 3-3 first game or something. That'd be so good. It'd be classic Premier League. But I think I agree with you. It's going to be tough. I think for these players to get used to the conditions at the moment, and it's going to take a lot of getting used to. So I'm not sure if we're going to see the high scoring game that this game could have been, but. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? It's so hard to say. There's so many variables in this game. Injuries, players coming back. Who's going to be fully fit? Who's not going to be fully fit? Is Pogba going to play? They're not. There's rumours. Some sources saying that they're planning to play without him. Some players.
But what you got to remember as well, there are 5 substitutes as well now. So if Pogba plays, he can always get taken off.
Does that benefit more us or United? There are 5 substitutes. Mourinho loves his tactical substitutes.
I'm not sure. I think. When you look at the squad in general, who do you think's got a better bench?
Depends who the starting lineup is, I guess. But I think, we got players. It depends on who starts. So maybe one of Bergman or Lucas probably to come off the bench. Maybe Jedson. Maybe who else we got?
Winks.
Winks maybe. And Dombele.
Yeah. I mean. I'm not sure. It remains to be. We got to wait and see.
Like Igalo, maybe one of Daniel James.
I reckon Igalo might start, to be honest.
Or then Daniel James maybe on the bench.
Good player, Daniel James. I don't know who it's gonna favour the substitute thing, but hopefully it will favour Mourinho because Mourinho's, like you said, likes to make those tactical changes. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still a new manager, so hopefully Mourinho can outfox him. But obviously, last time they played each other, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got the better of it.
He did,
but there was that thing that came out in the Athletic that apparently Mourinho said that Ole's way out of his depth at Manchester United.
Yeah, I read that. What do you think of that? Dissing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. A bit. Doesn't surprise me because Mourinho has that arrogance about him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's saying that kind of stuff about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Do you think he is out of his depth at Man United? Maybe he was at the beginning, but maybe he's growing into it a bit now.
I'm still undecided on Ole because he keeps going. I think he is growing into it. I think they are starting to play well, but I think he was quite lucky to keep his job after a year of underperforming. Really,
now, I know most Man United fans are happy with Ole now, but do you think if they were to be offered Poch, they would say bye to Ole in a heartbeat, or do you reckon they'd still give Ole the chance?
I think at the moment they'll probably still give Ole the chance. Just at the moment, I think maybe if you asked this question maybe like 5 months ago, they would have snapped your hand off for Poch. But I think he's kind of started getting good results now, and he started to show what he can do, Ole. But it still remains to be seen whether long term he's really got the chops to be challenging in the top where Man United want to be, or whether it's just a good run of form again. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's the best tactical manager. I think. He's shown that he can set up his team in big games to get results, but whether he can do it on a consistent basis, when management's not just about big games, it's about every game. 3 points is 3 points, and sometimes I feel like Ole can be a bit like naive in a lot of games, and I think a lot of times he can be very inconsistent with his managing. And so I'm not 100% sure whether he's going to be there long term. But I can see why Mourinho's like, oh, who this guy's got the top job and he's just out of his steps. But Jose's got to look at himself and think how he did at Man United. It didn't do particularly well.
Well, you say that, but I think that he finished second. He won Europa League and he won League Cup.
He's done better. He's done better than any other.
He's done any manager since Fergie, so
that's true.
I don't know. Jose says that was the hardest job for his career.
Yeah, and there you can see why.
Yeah, and you can see why, exactly. We got a predicted lineup coming out tomorrow, but before we do that, let's have a bit of a pre-predicted lineup without the team news score prediction.
I said in my preview a couple of days ago, I said it was going to be a draw. I said 2-2. I think it will be a draw. I think a draw in this game is probably going to be the result. I think United would be happy with that. I don't think we'd be happy with the draw, but it was probably one of those draws where you could forgive, Mourinho for getting a draw against United.
Yeah, I mean, people are saying that this is a must-win game, but I actually think it's a must-not-lose game. I think if we can get a draw, it doesn't. Obviously, it's not great, and we want to win, and a win will be amazing. But if we draw, there'll still be chances for us to get that top four.
I think if the door is still open if we draw, but I think that it becomes a lot harder if we don't win this game. I think we do really need to win this game. We should do everything we can to try and get 3 points to shore. I think we should really be on the front foot, but I feel like Mourinho's going to try and not lose it rather than win it.
When you look at it, when Mourinho there's going to be so many points from now until the end of the season to be had. Everyone that are going for that top four are pretty much playing against each other, apart from Arsenal and Man U. I think everyone else is playing each other. And you could cast your minds back to when Jose came into Spurs. We were so low down the table. We made up so many points in this short space of time, in 2-3 weeks. We'd already caught up with Chelsea. We're like 9 points behind them. So who says
12 points behind them?
12 points, exactly, even better. Like, who says that can't happen again? It just shows like what a few games can do. So I think if we can draw this and then go on a nice little run of 3-4 games, I think that'll show us in good stead.
Yeah, you might be right. Right.
So I don't think it's all out the window if we don't win this game. Obviously, if we lose this game, it'll be very, very hard. But I think if we can get a draw, I still think that's a good result, to be honest.
Yeah, fair point. But I think we need to at least try and show some desire to win this game. I think we need to try and be on the front foot. I think we need to give ourselves the best chance for top four. But I guess a draw is not the end of the world.
It's not the end. Obviously, we all want to win.
It's a blow. It would be a blow.
It will be a blow if we don't win. But if we get a draw, it's not the end of the world, and we're still there if it's a draw. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But I think, United are going to probably come into this game thinking they just need a draw. They just not lose this game, and it'll suit them because if they sit back and hit us on the counter, they'll definitely suit the players they have. That's what I'm worried about. But I feel like hopefully, if we get Lucas, Son, Kane together again, and Bergwijn even in there, it could really cause United some trouble going the other way.
Well, before seeing the team news, I'm going to go for 1-1. I think I'm going to go for 1-1. But check tomorrow as soon as the team news breaks, we will be giving you our predicted lineup. Hopefully it'll come out tomorrow around midday, 1 o'clock. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And then on Friday night, the Holy Grail, we'll be doing a watch along. We'll be doing a watch along for every single game. And after the watch along, we'll be doing a phone in where you can phone us and give your own opinion on the game. So keep your eyes peeled on social media for that, as we're giving you the option to message us to see if you want to come on or not. But yeah, that's it. That is our first match preview back. Very excited to make this content again.
Come on.
Subscribe, and comment below. Tell us what you think the score's going to be. And as always, come on, Spurs.